Okay, today we're going to talk about something very easy, very simple, that I've realized a lot of people don't quite get right. And today we're going to talk about lighting. I know, it's not the most exciting thing to talk about, but we're going to take your video or your videos and turn it from this boring to this. And now, let's talk about something simple that I think a lot of people forget when they're dealing with lighting. Okay, when you're dealing with lighting, you want to try to present a very pleasing image, very clear focus on your subject, a very clear distinction of the background, and you want something that, you know, will grab people's attention, really. And so with my lighting setup, I have a couple different variations of it. And we're gonna cover, I guess you could say, 3 simple, budget-friendly versions of lighting. All right, so this main one that we're gonna cover first is the more affordable option, really. And I would say it's the easiest one to do. So let's first cover proper lighting. So there's a couple different things you could do. You could actually get a main key light, or you could do something like I have here, where I actually bought a specific light set up to actually make these videos. What you'll actually see here, and I'll show a clip of it, is actually my Amaran 200X. And it's a very affordable main key light. The main thing to keep about light is you want to have it have a contour, if you want, a very contour image, or you could do something where I'm doing now, and it's just a very imitation of natural light. It's imitating up here in this direction for the main reason that it's supposed to be reflecting or imitating the sun, so to speak. And I have it at a daylight balance about 5,600 Kelvin, which you don't need to worry about too much. Just know that that's actually more of a natural pleasing color tone that produces those natural skin tones for a lot of people. Now, the other thing that would really help with this video is actually the background. And now, what do I mean by that? The background. Well, if I was just using the light, and let me do that, change that for a second. As you can see, with just the key light, this works fine, but it's not colorful. It's not inviting in a sense. And so with having more interesting lights, I have a very simple color palette where I usually go with various colors, but I usually go with 2 complementary colors, right? 2 very simple complementary colors. In this case, I like a very dark red to kind of warm up the image because I'm usually wearing blues, and then something to counteract it a little bit in the background, hence the blue. So if we go back to that, not only do we have the key light, but we have a nice background light. There you go. But let's say you don't necessarily have, RGB lights. That's perfectly fine. Let me show you this. Natural light, I suppose, from a tone that you could still apply to your videos. So this is probably going to be more of the condensate light that most people have. Another one would be more of a warmer color. So what some people might actually have is a more warmer color tone, which still works. And you don't necessarily even need the blue light strip. And that's the nice thing about this is it still works. Why? Well, remember, you want to have complementary colors. Because I'm wearing blue, which again is usually what I wear, if I switch to a warmer color in the background, it still has a very pleasing image. And the other thing that helps a lot is, well, I typically shoot in log. What log means is it allows you to add a little bit more color and play around with the color palette of the video being recorded. But let me show you what this will still look like, even if I don't shoot with log profile or a high quality camera like my Z9 here. And let me show you what it looks like if I just shoot with just my phone video. All right, so we're gonna switch that. So this video may not sound the best because it's not on my phone, but as you can see, with the lighting, it still plays a really big difference. And that's what I think a lot of people forget, is that the lighting, in most cases, is really what can make and break the quality, at least from the video side of things, of how good your stuff will look. And that's why a lot of people and a lot of content creators actually really focus on their background and the lighting conditions. And again, lighting doesn't have to be super expensive or highly functional. You could have very cheap alternatives. I'll show you 2 other alternatives here where I bought this very cheap LED light and I just bought some diffusion for it for I think less than $50. and it worked really well for a lot of these videos. I also used the window that I have here in my office just as very simple lighting. And this is the main light I used for many months when I started my YouTube channel. It's just this cheap, newer light panel that is LED and RGB, and it has a nice color accuracy essentially for light balance. What it means is you could change it to a more warmer color or more natural light, sunlight, daylight, which I have here. You know, it's not the best, but it was cheap and it got the job done because it was a lot better than using a lot of the lights that we have for, let's say, ceiling fans or other sort of lighting fixtures. And as you can see, I have a light here as well, which is directly facing from the computer, which when the light comes in, it still gives a very pleasing image, and it's better than, well, not having a light at all. So if you can, try to stand by a window and have that light reflect onto you, because sunlight is always going to be better it's going to be better in most cases than artificial light. But the advantage of having artificial light like this is that you can control when you use it. So I film most of my videos at night, and it allows me to have a more consistent, better control of the light. That's the thing. To make a lot of these videos, you don't need high quality material. These Philips Hues light bulbs were $30 on sale. This LED strip, Philips Hues as well. I bought cheaper alternatives that were on sale, and I decided to spend a little bit more extra money on my Amaran key light. And I don't think a lot of people realize that you don't need a lot of expensive stuff, but knowing the key aspects of very basic filmmaking can really help create that better background and better videos. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Here's a list of all the stuff that I mainly use for my video setup. But again, you don't need high quality material to make it look good. It helps because the better gear you have, the easier it is to work with, the more control you could have with it. But even for just a small YouTuber like myself and video channel, I don't have super expensive lighting, but I try my best to make it as appealing to have in the background and have that separation so it looks nice in the videos. A lot of people don't have that, but even just small little changes with things that you already have in your house can really improve your video. I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if you guys like these sort of videos, and yeah, hit the like, subscribe button, and follow me on the socials if you're into that sort of thing. I will see you guys later.